Go figure. Go figure. I record. I have everything done. And little do we know. Let me make sure my microphone's on the right one. Yes, it is. Little do you know, my microphone was plugged in, but it was on the wrong setting. And my recording is coming through the computer microphone and not the actual thing. Now I got to do it all over again. Gosh, this stuff pisses me off, man. Hate it, but this has happened before. But anyway, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to In Hindsight. This is episode 39. Yesterday, it really should be episode 40. But yesterday, I just woke up. I didn't really have the energy to do the show yesterday. I'm sure you guys probably don't even care anyway. But anyway, I didn't feel like doing the show. It is what it is. But you have my word. We're obviously going to stay on our consistent Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday schedule. But I didn't want to come on here where I had no freaking energy to do anything. And I just felt like, I just wasn't going to be myself, So anyway, we're back here. Saturday, I believe today's the 18th. Yes, it is. I'm sure you guys are watching some college football as well. I had a little bit on earlier today. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying your weekend. And this is, as you know, this is the Raiders, and as you see by the thumbnail, Raiders-Steelers Week 2 preview. Going into the game tomorrow, I am going Section 129, so if you are in that section, or if you guys are around, if you guys are there, hopefully you'll say what's up, and I'll see you. So anyway, if you guys are going tomorrow, have a good time at the game. And really what's cool about this, kind of fun fact here. So we all know that this is the first game really since 2019, their last game of 2019, full capacity. They had 2 last year, but you might as well not even have anybody at that point because there's only like 15% of people. This is Big Ben's first game back at Heintz Field with a full stadium since week 2 of 2019. I know he is jumping at the gun to get back there, and he's ready to hear that electricity. I can't wait. And I actually haven't gone to the home opener before. I've wanted to for a while, and I'm like, all right, let's do it this year. And especially because Big Ben's back, and, just being able to see him come out of that tunnel, hearing your quarterback from Miami of Ohio, number 7, Ben Roethlisberger, it's freaking great, man. It's freaking great. So, I can't wait for that. You guys are probably wondering why I don't have a hat on. Felt we'd switch it up a little bit. Every show I've had a hat on. Maybe you're wondering if I even had any hair. Well, here you go. I have hair. So, but let's get into it, guys. So, Raiders, we know what happened with the Raiders last week on Monday Night Football. They beat the Ravens in overtime. Pretty impressive showing, I felt, for them going against a team like Baltimore. Steelers, we know, beated Buffalo by the surprise of many. Not me, but by the surprise of many. So, the Raiders, they played Monday night. They have to travel cross-country here. And the game went in overtime. That could definitely be something that does impact them a little bit going into this game. Shorter week. Steelers fully rested, had an extra day of prep. I don't know if this game's going to be more close or more comfortable for the Steelers. I really don't know. I'm not really sure. I'll kind of get into that a little bit later on. But looking at the Raiders last week, they were able to get Darren Waller involved. They didn't really have their running game involved a whole lot. But they did do that. Derek Carr was able to get some passes down the field and break down that Ravens secondary with Zay Jones, Henry Ruggs a little bit. Guys like that. We saw them do that. Defensively, Max Crosby was a beast. It's not like, they were able to get pressure on Lamar. That Crosby was just attacking Villanueva on the right side. So they were able to get pressure. It didn't necessarily result in sacks, but they were able to get pressure. There were a couple turnovers made throughout that game. So the Raiders defense did show up as well against Baltimore. And they definitely, I thought, contained that offense well. We all know the situation with that offense. I just lost my train of thought. Jump over the Steelers game, man. So the Steelers, we know they beat Buffalo. They got tons of pressure on Josh Allen. forced a couple turnovers. They didn't let Josh Allen beat them down the field at all. They played it great. They only sent 4 guys rush, intermingled with Watt, Highsmith, Ingram. Secondary, they had a lot of DBs back there. They really went pass heavy. And the Steelers' offense was pretty crappy the first half, had a good turnaround the second. So going into this game, I feel like 3 key takeaways for this game. Okay, for the Steelers to win this game. This is the game to get your offensive line going, clicking, kind of bouncing back from last week, getting Harris going, and to really kind of expand the playbook, expand the field, stretch the field a little bit more than what happened last week. I think if they can get good pressure on Derek Carr, like what they got Josh Allen, that's really going to limit Derek Carr from getting time, getting the ball down the field, what we saw last week. So if I'm going to say 3 things for the Steelers to win this game, get the pressure on Derek Carr. Don't make it easy. Don't let him sit back halftime, be able to get the ball downfield to some speed guys. Get the run game going. Get that moving. Move those chains. Keep that offense on the field. Don't let the defense get tired out. Number 3, I would say, get more consistency even on the passing attack of the offense, because we need to see that more. It was bad first half, putrid. Second half, better. Big Ben made some key throws down the stretch, but really throughout this game, I think if we can see maybe Big Ben a little bit less in shotgun, we can really see those aspects. That would be great, because you're taking more time on the clock. You're able to expand the downs. You're able to keep moving the chains aside from running the ball. And, try to attack that secondary, which I don't think is as good as Buffalo's secondary at all. So I think those are 3 things for the Steelers to win this game. If we're going to go to the Raiders, they didn't have much of a run game in. I think if you can develop something with Kenyon Drake, tire out that Steelers defense, that can do you well. Pass protecting Derek Carr, not letting him, get eaten alive or anything, giving him some extra time to make some throws down the field, and, utilizing Darren Waller. And I think the other thing is stopping the Steelers' run game as well, like what Buffalo did, because that's just going to kind of keep things more one-dimensional, and you're going to kind of know what's kind of coming. So I think those are kind of 3 key aspects for this. For the Steelers, it's going to be interesting seeing Crosby against Okorafor on the right side. That is a very fascinating aspect there. How that goes, not really sure, but it's the game for the Steelers' offensive line to really bounce back, kind of step up and everything like that. If I had to make some predictions here, man, I'm going to say the Steelers win this game 27-17. And I say that because the Steelers are the better team. I don't think Carr's going to have it easy. I don't think Carr's going to have it easy. I think the Steelers defense is going to get to Derek Carr. I think that they're really going to be able to attack that reshuffled Raiders offensive line. Now, I thought they did well in regards to Baltimore, but Baltimore's pass rush doesn't compare to the best pass rush in the NFL. I really see that. I don't think that I think the interesting thing as well is containing Darren Waller. Really how they're going to do that. I mean, this guy's getting, I swear, this guy gets 7 catches, 70-plus yards, at least a game. How they contain that, I don't know. Whether they use an inside linebacker, I don't see them using a nickel guy. Whether they bring up Edmonds, I don't know. But it's going to be interesting. I don't know if they're going to double team him a couple times. Have no clue. But that is, I think, the biggest aspect of the Steelers' defense is containing Carr. If you can do those things, I think you'll be in pretty good shape. I think the Steelers give Carr a hard time. I don't think this Raiders offensive line is going to contain the Steelers defense, the Steelers pass rush. I don't see a running game getting going with Kenyon Drake at all, and I think that's just going to make things more difficult for the Raiders. I think the Steelers do get Najee Harris going much more. I see 100 total yards at least for him. Hopefully a TD. I think we see some more movement with the ball down the field. I think we see more of an expansion in regards to the offense and movement in the field, especially being home and, kind of a second game now, getting things under control. We know there's going to be growing pains with this offense, but I think that's what we see. Big Ben, I'm feeling maybe 250 yards, couple TDs. I think he plays it clean. If a pick happens, it happens. I think he plays it pretty clean. This game, I think Claypool's going to have a pretty big game here for the Steelers. I really do. It's going to be interesting to see really how the secondary matches up against the Steelers receivers this game. But the Steelers really what I'm looking for offensively, getting Harris going, more of a bounce back from the O-line, and more movement down the field with the ball, keeping your defense fresh, keeping them rested. I think that's really a key aspect for the Steelers going into this game. I don't think it's I'm predicting a 10-point win or so. It's not a blowout, but it's more of a comfortable kind of win. I think the Raiders will. I think they will. I think they will be able to kind of contain or hold their own a little bit. Like I said, it's not going to be a blowout, but I just don't see the offense doing much against the Steelers defense. And we know that the Steelers defense is going to carry this team. But it's just going to have to come to a point where the Steelers are just able to move the ball more efficiently, effectively, more consistently down the field, whatever term you want to use, and be able to get things going, because you need that. You need to be able to move the chains more. You need to be able to win time of possession against a lot of these higher-powered teams as well. So I see that. Now, the injury report come out this week. Joe Hayden and Bush were on it, groin injuries, but they're expected to play. The Raiders, on the other hand, Josh Jacobs has been ruled out for this game. That's why I kept mentioning Kenyon Drake. He's been ruled out. I believe he's the only really main guy that's been ruled out for this team. We really don't know who's all out, who's all in until Sunday, but I don't expect either team to really have anybody key that's out. But I'm just really excited to see the atmosphere. Once Renegade hits, that's going to be a beautiful sight, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm excited, too, because I'm going to be tailgating with my friends, man. And, we'll see the drum line out there. It's going to be great, man. And you just love to see things back to normal in that aspect. That's what I'm talking about. But, yeah, I think that we can really see. I think that's what we see. I'm not sitting here saying that the Raiders, just because the defense is going to get to Carr. I mean, I'm sure Carr will make some good throws. But the interesting thing, Steelers defense on Darren Waller's the biggest thing. But getting to Carr, I think, is going to help a lot. Not really give him the time, really, he had last week against the Ravens. And really getting that offense and that run game going for the Steelers. So, I don't know, man. But the episode I recorded was about like 20-some minutes long. So, it was definitely, prior to this, it was definitely shorter than what it was last week against the Bills. And it was just because I really went in depth on things leading into that game and prior. So, I guess re-recording this, I kind of cut back on some things I said I didn't really need to ramble on. So, we're sitting at 12 and a half minutes. This is definitely my shortest video I've ever done. But I'm honestly going to leave it there because really what we saw last week was great, right? And going into this week, I really just wanted to touch. I didn't want to just kind of ramble on this review. I just really wanted to touch on the big things the Steelers need to do win this game, even kind of give the perspective from the Raiders, kind of give my predictions, my thoughts on some things. So that's going to do it here on this review. We're going about 13 minutes. That's really going to be about it. But we'll be back Monday to kind of recap everything. But I'm excited. So if you're going to the game tomorrow, have fun, have a good time. I'm excited for it, and we'll see you back Monday. All right, guys. Take care.